Okay, Joanna, do you have any question for Diana or Gina?
Uh, yes, teacher. I'm going to guide my opinion and ask me classmate the questions. Yes. Okay. Company, yeah. I think your presentation is very interesting because you explain clearly the importance of inclusive education in English classrooms. I also like the way you explain that every student has different learning needs and deserve equal opportunities to learn and participate. In addition, the strategies you mentioned such as different interactions are very important for creating a positive and safer learning environment. The question. The question is, what strategies do you think are the most effective for motivating students use learning difficulties in English classes?
Well, in my classes, my classes, I like that all the students can participate, and also I motivate. Some of them I play with the points, and when I have the opportunity, I make the groups, make a reconnection. And other times, if I had money, I can give to the group that win more points, give some candies. Um, for as I said before, I like to use the real objects in the class when I introduce a new topic or a new vocabulary. I like, for example, when I use the classroom objects, I ask the student to take out the suitcase and take out the pencil, the pen, the erase, the sharpener, and I use in class the match. So I have the big images in the table and write the word, and the students can out whatever that they want, and move the imagine to the correct word to improve, to match the word with the imagine. Um, that's all.
Okay, very good questions and very good answers. Okay, Diana, Joanna, very good too. Your question was very good. Okay, and the answers
Thank you.
Diana gave it was a okay too. Okay, Diana, thank you so much for that. Uh, Gina or Joanna. Excuse me, Diana. I'm going to stop the recording. Let's start right now. Joanna, your microphone is off. Can you see the presentations? Okay, Joanna, go ahead with your presentation. Try to turn on your microphone. Joanna, your microphone. Yeah, of
Sorry,
course.
sorry, sorry. Lo siento.
Okay, no
Okay,
problem. I was trying to tell you that.
okay, teacher. Continue the presentation. Well, good morning, teacher and classmate. My name is Johanna Mercado Villegas, and today I will talk about an important topic in modern education. Can technology replace teacher? A critical look at modern education. The next teacher.
Okay, here I go.
Nowadays, technology is becoming more common in school and universities. So many students use online platforms, artificial intelligence, videos, and educational application to learn. Because of these, many people are asking if teachers could eventually be replaced by to but continues. Repeat. I also think that technology is a very useful tool, but it cannot completely replace teacher because education also requires empathy, emotional, shaper communication, and human interaction. The next teacher, please. Okay. First of all, this topic is important because technology has trained developed people around the earth. So today, a student can study online, watch educational videos, use artificial intelligence tools, and access information instantly from their phone or computer. So addition, many schools and universities now use virtual platforms such as Time, Zoom, Moodle, and Google Classroom. So during the COVID-19 pandemic, technology became essential for education because the students and teachers could not attend class physically. However, this situation also created an important question. Is technology enough or effective learning? Or the student still needs teacher in the classroom? So this debate is very relevant because future education is continuing to depend on technology. The next teacher, please. Okay. Let's read advantages of technology. Secondly, technology offers many advantages in education. One important advantage is easy access to information. Students can learn about almost any topic quickly through the internet. Another advantage is flexibility. A student can study from home, watch recorded classes, and learn at their own pace. So, in addition, technology can make classes more interactive through game videos, courses, and education applications. Technology also helps students improve digital skills use are very important in modern society. Uh, the next teacher, eh, profe, la anterior, disculpe. Yes, okay. Well, limitation of technology. However, despite all these advantages, technology also has important limitations. First of all, technology cannot replace human emotion or empathy. Teachers understand students' feelings, emotion, fears, and personal difficulties in use the mass machine cannot. For example, when a student feels sad, anxious, or unmotivated, a teacher can provide emotional support and encouragement. Another limitation is that many students become distracted when using technology. Because of this reason, technology alone cannot fully replace teacher. The next teacher, please. Okay. We teacher are still essential. I also think that technology teacher continue to play a fundamental role in education. A teacher do much more than explain information. They guide, motivate, inspire, and help the student grow personally and academically. A good teacher can encourage confidence, critical thinking, creativity, and communication skill. Teacher also teaches important human values such as respect, responsibility, empathy, and teamwork. For these reasons, I believe that technology should shape our teacher, not replace them. The next teacher, please. Okay. Explicit, real life examples. Okay, a clear example of this situation occurred during the COVID-19 pandemic. So during that time, millions of students studied through online classes on virtual platforms. However, many students reportedly isolated streets and motivate emotionally disconnected. These examples show that technology is useful, but human interaction remains extremely important in their learning process. The next teacher. Slide 7 conclusion. Tucson technology has transformed modern education and offer many advantages such as flexibility, access to information, and interactive learn. However, technology cannot completely replace a teacher because education is not only about information. Education also involves empathy, communication, emotional shaper, motivation, and human connections. In my opinion, teacher and classmates will continue to be essential in the future because the student needs guidance, inspirations, and understanding. Technology should be considered powerful educational tool, but no replacement for human and teacher. The next teacher. Okay, thank you, Joe, very much for attention, teacher and classmates. Thank you.
Joanna, thanks to you for that. It was amazing presentations. Congratulations. I suppose that you and Tiana have made a very great class today. Uh, Joanna, in spite of all the difficulties sometimes we have in our life, I suppose from my point of view, you have made a good job at trying to tell us, trying to express these ideas according with technology, according with teachers, according with human being, according why technology is important in our life, why a teacher, a human being, is so important too in a class, in a classroom. And this is something that we have sometimes in mind that, for example, in spite of the technology is so great in you trying to incorporate it, trying to use it, trying to employ it in our daily life. This is a very huge topic, a very big topic that, for example, if we want to understand a little bit according to this topic that you have expressed different ideas, this is something that we need to study a lot because in spite of in spite of you tried to present to recreate in some images what it can be, is very difficult to understand deep down where the topic, because as I said to you, this is a very huge topic muy amplio, that we need to know very much about it, okay? But in the long run, you did it so great. You did a good job. Congratulations again. I can see that you have a that you there is a bad noise, the background. Yeah. You wanna try to turn off the
Uh, re-
Okay, I just did it. It's because there was a bad noise in the background. Había un ruido de fondo. Okay. For example, you were talking, and this is something that I'm going to emphasize when you were talking, according, let me get back. When you were talking, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. If I'm not wrong, okay. Can you see the screen again? For
Yes,
example,
teacher.
you were talking here in a real life example. You were talking about online classes during COVID-19, used to say during the pandemic. And this is something that I would like to highlight because so many students, so many teachers, all the human populations were facing so many stuff during this illness, during this kind of a sickness that so many people suffered a lot during this pandemic, during this COVID-19. So many students couldn't attend the class in situ. There is to say they couldn't get a high school because according to this illness, it was something that it killed so many people. And another point that we have to highlight is when we you were talking according with the isolations, and we know the isolation is not good for anybody. So people that with a little when they are isolated, uh, we start to feel a different kind of psychological emotions in our life. For example, stress, anxiety, and this is something that we have to keep in mind because this was a very dangerous illness that killed so many people. um in this case, the technology, it was so great, the technology, it was so relevant, the technology was so interesting because this was the gap, this was the 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 tools, the digital tools that we needed at that time in order to support us, that is to say, to listen up the class, to attend a class behind a computer or any devices that we used at that time. So for that reason, in this case, the technology was the most important thing that helped us, that supported to us in order to face that moment, to face that time. So for that reason, I congratulate to you. You did it so great. It was very a great example that you try to give us, and that is something that as we can say, I recognize that you did a good presentations. The images is wasn't amazing too. So I don't know I have no questions. I don't know if Diana wants to make some question for that, but that was something that I wanted to highlight according with your presentation, according with the idea that you tried to share with us. Yep, your vocabulary has increased. There is some kind of pronunciation, some kind of words that you have to keep working with it, but in the long run, Joanna, great job. Diana, any question? Or Gina?
Yes, I have a small question.
Okay, Diana.
It's a really
Okay.
good, interesting topic that is increased since COVID. Joanna, what do you think can be the limitations of technology use in the English language teaching compared to the role of the real teacher? What is the limitation of the technology in cooperation with the real teacher?
Okay. Very good question, Diana. Joanna, there is a bad noise background.
Sorry, teacher. Company, Diana, repeat, please, the question, please.
What do you think can be the limitation of the technology in compare with the role of the real teacher in the English teaching?
Okay, thank you for the question. I see one important limitation of technology compare you the role of a real teacher in English. Teaching is the lab of human interaction and emotional favor. Technology can help students practice grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and listening activities, but it cannot truly understand students' emotions, learning difficult or personal needs. I also, in addition, real teacher motivate students, encourage participation, and create communication in the classroom, which is very important. When learning English was a foreign language, another limitation is that technology cannot completely replace the emphasis, patience, and guidance that research provides during the learning process. For these reasons, I believe technology is an excellent educational tool, but teachers continue to play a fundamental role in English.
Okay, amazing answer. Amazing answer. Very good. Very good. I guess that Diana could understand all everything, okay? And Diana
Yes,
is
it's
agree
okay.
with
Thank you
you.
so much.
Uh-huh. That was great. Great answer. Gina, any question for your partner?
Yes,
Gina, are you here?
Joanna, how can we train the next generation of teachers to lead a classroom where AI is a collaborator rather than a competitor?
Excuse me, company, could you repeat us the questions? ¿Me puedes repetir, por favor? Disculpa. Tengo
Yes,
fran. Conexión. Por favor, ¿me repites?
How can we train the next generation of teachers to lead a classroom where AI is a collaborator rather than a competitor?
Okay. Thank you for the question. Companies, I think the next generation of teachers should be trained to see artificial intelligence as a supporting educational tool instead of a competitor. A future teacher need to develop digital skills and learn how to use AI responsibly in the classroom to improve teaching learnings and experiences. In addition, teacher training programs should focus not only on technology but also creativity, critical thinking, communication, empathy, and emotional support because these human qualities cannot be replaced by artificial intelligence. Another important, important aspect is teaching future education how to combine technology, use interactive and human centered teaching methods. For these reasons, I believe I should be considered a collaborator that help teacher become more effective while teacher continue calling, motivated and inspiring students. Thank you.
My God, that was great.
Sorry, teacher, and fallas en la cámara.
Joanna, do you live near to the road?
Sorry, teacher.
Do you live near to the road? Vive cerca a la carretera, ¿verdad? Because there is a bad noise. Yeah, of course, a car's noise. Okay, Joanna, I have a question for you. So get
Thank you.
ready. Get ready. Joanna, do you do you do you think that more or less between 20 years a teacher can disappear? That is to say, according with technology, you know that scientists have created so many robots that in this case are replacing the human service. Do you believe that more or less between 20 years the teacher can disappear? That is to say, do you believe that the teacher can be replaced by a robot into a classroom? Did you
Uh,
understand?
uh, Teji, well, good. Personally, I do not complete valid the t-shirt will disappear or be fully replaced by robots in the future. I think technology and artificial intelligence will continue advancing and becoming more important in education, but robots still cannot replace the human quality that real teacher provide in the classroom. For example, teacher with emotional support, motivation, emphasis, communication, and personal guidance to students. These are essential aspects of the learning process that technology cannot fully reproduce. I also, in addition, every student learns differently, and teachers can adapt their teaching methods according to a student emotional and academic needs. For these reasons, I believe technology should work as a collaborator to cyber teachers, but not as a complice, a replacement for human educators. Thank you, teacher.
Very good, very good. That was great. Amazing, amazing. I love it. Thank you so much for that, Joanna. Your presentation, your answers, it was so great. Amazing, amazing that. Okay, Jana, Joanna, thanks a lot for that. Your presentation, it has been well done, well done. Tina, it's your turn. It's your turn, your camera to present your different ideas to share with us what you have created. Start ready. I'm going to stop the recording. Okay, I have stopped the recording. Gina, it's your turn.
Yes, teacher, can you see my screen?
No, don't forget to turn on your camera, okay? If you can.
Can you see my screen?
Yep, Gina. Gina, if you want, Gina, if you want, you can share with me your link, and I start to share the screen for you, okay? If you want, because you're trying to share the screen from your cell phone, and it's going to be a little bit hard.
Okay, teacher.
Share the link on our chat, and I start to share the screen for you, okay? Gina, compárteme el link, yo te comparto pantalla para que tú inicies la presentación y para que te sea más fácil, ¿verdad? Hola.
Profe, estoy esperando que comparta la pantalla.
Sí, Gina, lo que pasa es que no me deja, me dice que no se puede tener acceso a esa página. Access denied.
Ya,
Deny
ya
access.
miro, profe. Profe, ya envié un nuevo link. Sí, le sirvió, profe.
Teacher, Wellington.
Hi, Gina.
company engine in your presentation, go to the settings and select anyone can edit. Dale editar cualquiera.
Pues yo ingresé y yo puedo, o sea, yo ingresé al link y yo puedo ver la presentación.
Sí, yo ya lo puse,
Listo,
le puse
Diana.
configuración.
Diana,
Yes, teacher.
Diana, entonces tú nos haces el favor de
Claro que sí.
compartir